Hello and welcome to this information session about the Permaculture Educators Program. My name is Morag Gamble. I'm the founder of the Permaculture Education Institute and I am the creator of this Permaculture Educators Program. I'm calling in here from the unceded lands of the Gubbi Gubbi here in the beautiful Crystal Waters Permaculture Eco Village. So what I'd like to share with you today is the insider's view of what goes on in the Permaculture Educators Program, what's included, how it works, what you'll get out of it, how much it costs, and also to share with you some of the voices from students. I'll also show you some of their design work. And after all of this, if you'd like to ask me more questions, I'm going to share with you my direct email, and you can also find a link where you can organize a one-on-one discussion with me if you've got particular questions you really just would like to have a chat about before you sign up. So let's dive in. So within the Permaculture Education Institute, we have a range of different programs, but the one in particular that I want to share with you today is the Permaculture Educators Program. The Permaculture Educators Program is a unique blend of the courses that I know that you will need in order to be able to develop up your own education program that can then be something that is a key part of your permaculture livelihood. So our focus here at the Permaculture Education Institute is to amplify the skills and the capabilities and the confidence of people who are wanting to be part of the permaculture movement as an educator. Now, an educator could be a whole range of different things, from working in your local school, teaching at local community centre, hosting permaculture education programs on your own learning centre, or anything in between. It could be a lens that you apply to the work that you currently do. You might be an architect and you're wanting to apply a permaculture lens to how you're operating your work there and to educate others in your industry. The field is open and the flexibility within this program is there for you to explore all of those things. So we have two core certificates that are part of this program. The first is the core internationally recognized permaculture design certificate course. But in this particular course, we go so much deeper in all of the resources that are available so that you can tap into them. Because this is an educator's program, I want to make sure that you have all of the information that you need at your fingertips, all the backstories, all the little rabbit holes you can go down so you can actually find that information and bring it forward. So we have a permaculture design certificate course and a permaculture teachers course. So this means that at the end of this course, the aim is that you will have done a full and complete permaculture design for the property of your choice, and you will have designed your own permaculture educators program, something that fits with your context, your skills, your experience, your place, the people you want to work with, and have started teaching it. And we also include a whole series of business modules that mean that once you've got the ideas of what it is that you'd like to do to contribute to your livelihood, you can actually set that up. This is a global program. We have members who join in here from 6 continents, and the content is global. It's a super flexible program too, and I've designed it intentionally like that because there are so many people who would have liked to have done a permaculture course over the years who've not been able to because they're either caring for young children at home or looking after a partner or a parent, or are too far away from the place where you can actually access a permaculture course. I've run permaculture courses for decades now. I wanted to make sure that this course was flexible enough to accommodate the various needs of people around the world. So you can start anytime, you can start today and get started. You have lifetime access to the course materials. So you can keep coming back around and revisiting them and diving back into different modules and cross-referencing as much as you like. And you also have lifetime access to the community. And this is a place that I'll talk a little bit more about, where you can be connected, you can access live content, any of the latest forums and seminars that are going on, and be part of the sharing of information and support globally. It's a blended program, meaning that there are practical projects that you might choose to get involved in. There's a series of online content where the course materials will be found, and that has a really structured flow to support you to actually design and develop your place and to design and develop your education program. Then there's a whole series of live sessions that happen all the time, from design studios and tutorials to education labs and education tutorials, business labs, business tutorials, and also a whole series of forums that are developed in response to what people are asking questions about. So it's a very generative approach. So you have these three core threads. You have what you're doing at home, in your place, in your community. You have the online content, which guides you through, and you have this live dynamic content. Within the course, there are 44 modules, and these are very well structured. They include a whole range of different kind of content, from text to images, music and videos, presentations, case studies, hyperlinks, lots of suggested actions and worksheets and downloads, and of course, lots of further reading and further watching and further listening. So the first 26 modules are related to the Permaculture Design Certificate course. The latter 13 modules are related to the Permaculture Teacher Certificate program. Then there's 3 modules that are the business focus and 2 that are about review and future planning. From the moment that you start the course, you'll get a module a week. So it won't be too overwhelming. And you'll get an email in your inbox that says your module 2 is now available for you to watch. You just click the button and it will take you straight there. So also with the live sessions, we have, as I mentioned, a whole range of different programs. Now, these are all set up in something called Mighty Networks. This is our own private community space where anyone who's part of the program is in this space. It's a very warm and friendly and welcoming, encouraging space. But what I love about it too is that it's a place we can put all of the different events that are coming up, and you can just see them right then and there. You can see what time it is in your time zone. You can see who else is going. You can see what the topics are. If you click on it, it will give you a description of what's in that session, and you can RSVP, and that means you'll get automatic reminders to leading up to the program to let you know. And then we can have conversations in each of those events that relate to that. And what you'll find too, at the end of the session, the recording will be edited and we'll drop the recording back in the event. So all you've got to go through is all the previous events and you'll find all the recordings as well, all super organized here in what we call Hive. Now, the recordings, as well as being in Hive, you'll also find them within the course structure themselves. So we have a particular archive spot. You can go back and look at all the recordings that have happened even before you've started the course. So you'll see lots of different designs for people's places. You'll get to see lots of different designs for people's education programs. And it's such a rich resource of information all gathered in one spot for you to have a look at. And what we try and do, as you can see here, is let people know where the place is that this presentation is coming from. So you can go, oh, I'm based in Australia, so I'd like to have a look at one of those. Or I'm based in Africa, I might go and have a look at the ones over there. And so that's a really helpful place for you. So all of that archiving is always getting added to, and every single presentation is building on that. And where we can too, if there's a local collection of people, we can organise meetups. And we've done this in several places now. So there's a lot of fabulous comments coming in about the course. This one's from Chrissy Crow, a graduate of the program. The course structure is so well designed. The support, care, and mentoring are incredible. And I've loved having the freedom to work through at my own pace. Now, Chrissy she's graduated, but she still comes along to so many of the sessions and volunteers in the Ethos Foundation, our fair share work that we do, and also is behind the scenes helping new people come on board as a moderator. Fleur Harvey said, your course makes my heart sing and it feels like I'm finally doing what I'm passionate about. The more I do, the more it connects to the understanding of how everything works. So Fleur actually organised one of the meetups down in Brisbane. And Julie and Sunny, this is a mother and son team. Julie is homeschooling her 12-year-old son, and they've decided to sign up together and do this as a homeschooling project. And actually on that, if you'd like to do that, you're very welcome to, when you sign up, you can sign up your homeschooler teenager for free as part of the program. So Julie says, what a brilliant PDC and educators course. Life affirming, positive and encouraging. All the things we need right now. And I've been interviewing a few people who are doing the course lately, and this is what Caitlin had to say.
My name's Caitlin Moore, and I'm originally from South Africa. And now I'm living on the east coast of Australia in a place called Lennox Head. It's definitely shown me how beautiful it can be to bounce ideas off other people and to encourage. I think that's a big part of it, is just encouraging other people. I just really value how generous the resources are and how they link up to so many other ways of thinking. It's not just like, this is permaculture and this is what you need to know, and it's in these lines. Just introduce me to so many different like thinkers and doers and feelers. And yeah, so I really appreciate that. And then it's also really well put together. Like, you've created the Hive space, which is this great melting pot for everyone to get together and cross-pollinate, and then just the way that the course is outlined, like it's self-paced. You can do it as and when you have time, but it's the progression, the sort of like flow, see what excites you and then follow that down the wormhole. And you're encouraged to bring your head and your heart and your hands into it, and there's so much opportunity to do all of those things. Like I'm loving it. I'm taking it. I would say though, like maybe do it a bit faster than I've done it, but it helps me to feel like I am able to make a difference. Honestly, and the sense of just leaning into a community of like-minded people has brought like a whole new dimension to my life, to my way of being, to my way of thinking. And I think if you are courageous enough to step into something, then it opens doorways for you into like new ways of being. It is an investment, but it's an investment in your growth and in terms of like not only knowledge, but in compassion building, community building, connection building, resilience building. It's the benefits of doing this course are more than just theoretical.
We have so many programs that are on offer that surround the course. If there's something that comes up, for example, people are interested in publishing, we've created sessions with Melodora Publishing to talk about how teachers and publishing can connect. There is a big interest in working with permaculture with children. So we run a whole series that include friends of mine and colleagues who are working with children to bring them in to share their experiences and to build up and share our own knowledge and skills in this space. Out of this has actually come one of the programs that was designed through the Educators program. It's called the ABCs of Teaching Permaculture to Children. And that is something that evolved directly out of this community of practice around the children and out of the design program. So the community is really a big part of it. Now, if you just want to take the course and do the course and get the modules and do your designs and not really have any connection with the community, that's fine. You can completely do that. And you don't need to be part of any Facebook groups, any social media groups, whatever. But if you do want to lean in and connect with other people, there are the chats, the forums, there's collective research that's happening. A lot of people are giving each other lots of encouragement, support, and motivation to keep going. There's the live sessions that just fill your cup with lots of information and those communities of practice. So it's up to you in this program. It's there and you can access it, but you don't have to. So I just wanted to say that because some people are not quite sure about the community part of it, and that's totally fine. And you don't need to do it to complete the course, but I think it actually really does help so much. And when you're getting used to it first, you can kind of just lurk a bit and have a look and see what's going on. And then when you feel like switching on your video and your mic, you're very welcome to do it. So there's no compulsion to get involved. in a way that's not feeling comfortable for you. Now, how do you get through this course? Well, there's 6 core assessments that are part of this. And, maybe I should call them projects instead of assessments, because it really is about you developing up projects and programs that are useful for you, not just an assignment for assignment's sake. So the first 3 projects are related to the permaculture design certificate. So once you finish those 3, then you're eligible for your permaculture design certificate. Once you finish the second 3 here, then you're eligible for your permaculture teacher certificate. So the projects are that you start off observing your site, and we walk you through what steps you need to take and what things you could be noticing and how to map those and how to create a site analysis plan and do soil tests and find out about what's your windrows for the area and what's the sun arc and how does that all even work and how do you get your contours. So don't worry if you've never done it before. You can start from the start and be supported through the journey of that. If you're already a designer, really what this is a way to apply a permaculture lens to your current design skills. So wherever you are on the spectrum of design or drawing, it doesn't matter. It really is something that you can tap into wherever you are, and that's all completely okay. The second project is designing a small part of the site. So I really didn't want to say, okay, now go and design the whole thing, because that might have been a bit overwhelming. So we just start with the central part, the Zone 1 garden, the kitchen garden design. And then once you've got a handle of that and you've got into the flow of that, then we take the whole site that you've got going on and pull together all the different worksheets and projects and thinking into your permaculture design report. And that then we encourage you to share through our design studios, which is where a couple of people at a time have the hot seat and they get to share what they've been working on, and people get to ask questions. The beautiful part of this is that normally you get a chance to go to a number of these before it's your turn, so you get a whole lot of input. What I like about these sessions too is that it means that if you are in the educator's part and you come along to these sessions, then you can start to practice how to ask good questions, how to notice how to be a design educator and to really interact at that level. So, because everyone's starting whenever they are within the year, there is these multiple dimensions of every session and every module. And I really love that about the program. So by the time you finish the course, you've got a full and complete design for your place, really in-depth, and you can just run from there. The second part of the program is the teachers program. So firstly, I'd like you to design and plan a permaculture education program. So what's something that is really relevant to you that can help you to get started? It might be a 6-part series on introduction to permaculture for children at risk. Maybe it be a homesteader's guide to integrating permaculture into your landscape. Maybe it's about how do you take permaculture into a university setting to teach landscape architects. So wherever you are, whatever you do, you could find a way to design a relevant permaculture education program. And then I invite you to go out and actually start teaching that. Go and run a session or 2 in the community. If you want to test it out on us first, please feel free to do that. But so the second assessment in the teacher's course is to deliver a part of your program, and then to be in that reflective mode of looking at what it is that you've done, how you can improve it, what worked well, what didn't work well. And so that is the Permaculture Educators program, to plan your session, to deliver your session, and to reflect and review on your session. And so I just wanted to share you some of the design work that has come out of the program. So these are some of the base plans, people just noticing what they've got and working out how to do contour overlays and playing with bubble diagrams, flows and nodes, and then looking at the sectors, like where the views, where's the winds, where are the influences from outside of your block of land that really have an impact on what you're doing on your own site. So permaculture design is always about not just what's in your box, but how you fit within that system and how you design in that context. So you can see here they're talking about floods, wildlife corridors, storms, all sorts of things, hot, dry winds. And then once you've got a sense of what's moving through your site and what's on your site, to start to design up your areas, sort of like concept bubbles, zones and flows. What's the movement of the site? Where are the key patterns? So you go from patterns to detail. So we don't start with designing in the very detail of things. We actually get to that zones and flows first, and then we go into the detail of that kitchen garden design within that. We do teach drawing skills, how to draw, landscape drawing, simple design strategies, and now I've integrated to a series of drawing tutorials that you can come along to. So everyone does it differently. Some people like to draw from hand and put all their information and keys onto a piece of paper like this. Other people have more design drawing skills and are architects and landscape architects and create beautiful hand drawing annotated plans and details like this. Some people are artists and they actually create these more visually intriguing drawings that just bring their designs to life. The woman who did this particular one, Yule, has created a book based on her work that she's done in permaculture, in the Permaculture Educators Program. And that's her form of education, communicating permaculture ideas through books for children. And so we incorporate things like mind mapping and element assemblies, and really looking at how you can think about what are the things that we'd love to include, how you connect those things up together, how you work out which parts need to go where, and how that all maps out on your site. So it's really about trying to take something that can be quite complex into a system that just makes sense. So what a permaculture design is about making sense of the things that you'd like to include through a sustainability and resilience and regenerative lens, and fit that into a landscape that is nourishing you, nourishing the land, and nourishing the wild spaces around too. And again, depending on your level of skill, this is an architect. This is Adam from Saltbush Designs, and he's created a beautiful demonstration permaculture and education garden. I'd like to share with you another voice of a graduate. This is from Paul Cobbin, who is a water engineer.
Embrace the course and open your mind to the community and the activities it offers. The value in the extracurricular activities are beyond belief. You might have a key objective in mind, I did, that's great, but the PEI environment and additional interactions that happened around the program are something incredible that you won't be expecting. It's highly likely your time with the Permaculture Education Institute will not only improve your gardening skill, it'll improve it out of proportion, but it also has the potential to change your life. In my case, it was an incredible light bulb moment, and it's reshaped my future. We don't have enough time for that answer, but I'll give you the shorter version. At the gardening level, we've got a plan here for the entire property, and that's the first time in 25 years. At a professional level, the insight that came out of this course drove my conscience to go and do a Cambridge course in sustainability and circular economy. As a result, I've added a second job title, and I'm heavily influencing the direction of the organisation's sustainability drive. None of this was even in my psyche before the PEI course. But most importantly, I've found my future direction and my calling for the second half of my life. I'm loving it.
All of the projects that are included in the course are due date free. We really want to make sure that this is a stress-free environment. It's somewhere where you're feeling like you're getting supported and nourished and encouraged along the way. For the payment of the course, it's $2,997, and you can either pay that all up front in one payment, or you can spread that out across a period of time. So you can either pay it out over 3 months or 6 months, or if you We can even spread it out over 12 months. Well, fair share is one of the core ethics of permaculture. Earth care, people care, fair share. And we have a fair share ethic here in the way that we offer our programs. So anyone who's in the global south, who's from a refugee settlement or a village community where the economy is just completely different from that here in Australia, we offer scholarships. And also, as I've mentioned before too, if there's a teenager who wants to side by side with their parent, then they can join in as well. So just get in touch with us if you'd like to explore that more. There's a number of bonuses that we add to this course as well. So we have a 5-week intensive permaculture teacher certificate program coming up, which is called Teach Permaculture. And anyone who signs up for the Permaculture Educators program will automatically have access to do this course. It's kind of like an intensive, fast-tracked permaculture teacher certificate that you are welcome to join in. Later on in your program, you might like to take advantage of this course that we have too, which is Share Permaculture. Share Permaculture is a 12-part program which is designed to help you amplify your voice. So this is a step-by-step, month-by-month program where you can go in and learn how to do graphic design, YouTube, how you can do podcasting, organize your social media, how you can create a good website that actually reaches people, develop up a communication strategy, all of those things. So Share Permaculture is just a fabulous addition to the Permaculture Educators program, and I highly encourage you to tap into this when you're ready for that. As part of our fair share commitment too, the Permaculture Education Institute and all of our permaculture community supports people in refugee communities to be able to access free permaculture education. So we're able to resource free permaculture courses, to create demonstration centres, to help them to get toolkits, plants and seeds, and to create sustainable permaculture livelihoods. So if this is something that appeals to you, I welcome you to come and be part of this. At the Permaculture Education Institute, we have so much going on, as well as the course. We also host monthly permaculture masterclasses with incredible guests. We host the Permaculture Film Club. So again, another monthly event, and sharing fabulous permaculture related films, and invite where we can too, either the director or a key actor in the film, someone who's related to the film, to come and have a conversation with us. And you get to be in conversation directly with these people. We also host the Sense Making in a Changing World podcast, and this comes out weekly. I invite people from around the world who are deeply engaged in permaculture or related fields to come in and talk with me. One of the more recent series that I've been focusing on is the Permaculture Writers Club series, talking to lots of different permaculture authors and publishers, and that's been a lot of fun. You can access all of our Permaculture Live YouTube films, and that's constantly being updated with new clips about different places and projects. And browse through our website over at Permaculture Education Institute. Click on the menu and you'll open up and you'll see all of this different information available there. So go and have a browse. Focus in on here on the courses bit to find out more details about all those different programs that I've talked about. This is where all the free resources, and then we've also got the not-for-profits that are linked there. And you can find more about the Institute and also a bit more background about me if you'd like to dive in there too. So just to reiterate what this Permaculture Educators program is about and what you get in this Permaculture Teachers Bundle. So the core program that we offer here is the Permaculture Educators program. And that includes the Permaculture Design Certificate course, the international program, and it's a very comprehensive and deep dive permaculture design certificate where you get to be supported through designing every single part, and you can take as much time as you like. We also have the permaculture teacher certificate in there to guide you through the process of designing up a permaculture educators program that relates in your place with your skills and your community. There's business modules that support you to design, to think about, well, how can I make a livelihood out of this? This is something that I love to do. How can this either be a part-time work or my new full-time work, or even that new lens on what it is that you're doing already. We also include these amazing bonuses, which is that live Teach Permaculture program, which gets you really started in your permaculture education work, and Hive membership. So you get access to these courses for forever. All the content that's in here and all the community access, once you're in it, stay as long as you like. You know, you're part of the community. Once you're there, you're there. And you can stay as long as you want. You can take a break and then come back in again. That's also fine. So for all of that, the cost is $2,997 Australian dollars. If you have any questions, please do feel free to email me at morag@permacultureeducationinstitute.org, or if you'd like to book a one-on-one Zoom chat with me to talk about specifics, or you've got some questions that you really just want to nut out with me, I'll put this link in the email as well, but you can click on this Calendly link and it'll list a whole lot of different times. Just find one that suits you, click on that, and it will send us both invitations into our calendars. So that's super easy. Thank you for listening today. It's really lovely to be able to have the opportunity to share with you what this program's all about. And I really do hope that you might consider coming and joining us here at the Permaculture Education Institute. And like I said, feel free to get in touch. I'm always happy to chat and discuss anything to do with what it means to become a permaculture educator today. And I hope that you'll join me.